I want you to go ahead and answer the first question on the notes. Answer the first question on the notes. You should be able to answer the first question on the notes. This is a review. The solution to a quadratic equation is simply what? Oh my goodness, friends, we've done this for 2 days of notes now. Where it crosses the x-axis. It's also the x-intercepts. It's, you know, all those things. And then the next question says, other words for solution. Write down all the words you can think of for solution. And Angel helped us out. Other words for solution. Roots, zeros, x-intercepts. Good job. To find the solution set, the zeros, the roots, x-intercepts of a quadratic equation, we can set each of the factors equal to what? 0. And solve for x. Take a moment and do the essential question. You got a paper. It's little. And once you fill it out, just hang on to it. We'll turn it on when we're done, or we'll turn it in when we're done with our notes. For what? What do you mean? Oh, I put an essential question up on the board every time, just so you know. It's next to the question. See the question, Mark? What does the solution describe for quadratics?
You're supposed to be 24. What would you know when a graduate on that?
Oh, wait, can I see a picture?
Yeah. Yep.
It's 50. Yeah.
On the back wall. All right. Did you guys fill out your essential question? The next section on the notes, it says factor trinomials when a is equal to 1, and we want to find the solution. This is what you did for homework. So we are going to review this. That means I'm going to do it up on the board. I'm not going to talk through it. I want you to do it on your paper. We're just making sure that we know these skills before we move on. Remember, first, you got to make sure that you're set equal to 0. You don't have a GCF, and then you can start finding factors of the last term.
Bless you. Wait, how do you know how to put what sign again?
So I went and set up my format for factoring where I've got two parentheses and there's an X and an X. I made my factors of 18 and then I figured out which pair I could put together to make 7. So 9 and 2 can be put together to make 7. You always start with the middle term. The middle term is negative, so my bigger number will be negative. And then from there, if I have -9, but I want -7, so I'd have to do -9 plus 2. And so my factors are X plus 2 and X minus 9. Those are my factors. My solutions are X is equal to -2 and +9. You sure can. So remember that to find the solutions from the factors, you set each one equal to 0. So X plus 2 equals 0. X minus 9 equals 0. Example 2. I already know what the form is going to look like. I'm ready to get factors of 14. I need the pair that I can put together to make 5. The middle term is negative, so the bigger number has to be negative. So -5 plus 2. So X plus 2, X minus 7, those are my factors. My solutions would be X is equal to -2, X is equal to 7. As a reminder, I'm going to be out of town next week, so please make sure that you know how to watch the videos so you can stay on top of things. Also, we're having a quiz next class, so today is a good day to pay attention. I wish I was going to Hawaii. No, I'm not going to Hawaii. The Great Smoky Mountains. All right, now we're going to do factor by grouping. So you got to make sure that there's no GCF. I don't see a GCF, so I can go ahead and get started. Factor by grouping. I've got my groups. Got to find my GCF. So my goal is to get two factors that are exactly the same. Whenever you do the second grouping, you have to make sure you put a sign. So I'm dividing by +9, so I have to put +9. So I have another GCF. It's, oh, that should be an X, not a 1. X plus 7. So my factors, X plus 7, X plus 9. And my solutions, what are they? The next question, we're factor by grouping, but as I look through the signs, I've got some negatives. And what I notice is that I have positive, negative, negative, positive. So in this group,
What you did for the solution, why you flip it to become negative?
I feel like on the last example, you were like telling Maisha, girl, this is exactly how you do it. So you get x plus 7 is equal to 0 and x plus 9 is equal to 0. And you move them over.
Yeah, but the last time we were, the reason why we did that was to get -7. This is.
So every time what you see in here, Pookie Bear, it's going to be opposite when we get to the solution. Same thing here. Look, they're opposite when we write the solution. Do you see that pattern, Angel?
I thought the reason for that is because we're trying to get -5x right there. But on the next problem, we don't have that.
No, it's always gonna be opposite what you think.
It's just because we set it equal to 0, and when you move it over, it becomes the opposite sign every single time. So on this problem, it's still x plus 2 equals 0, x minus 7 equals 0. So that's how you go from factors to solutions every time. You set it equal to 0.
And then that's how you.
So Angel, I'm waiting for it to click. So like -2 plus 9 minus 2 plus 7. And on this one too, I would bring the 7 over. So -7 minus 9 to get x equals. Yes. So every time when you get to this step and your goal is to get two parentheses that are the same, this is a GCF. So you pull it out in front and then you write down what's left, x plus 9.
Oh. And then you just pull down the one that we put.
Yep, that comes out because it's a GCF. So you pull it out and it writes one times. Like here, you have a GCF, they both have an X in it. So you pull it out and you write it one time. So that's the same thing we do here. This is a GCF. We pull it out and we write it one time. So the next problem, factor by grouping. Yep, x minus 8. And so my goal is to get another set of parentheses that have x minus 8, but you have to divide by -1 to make that happen. Mm. So now we have a new GCF x minus 8, and we bring that out into the front. And then we write down what is left, x minus 1. So my factors are x minus 8 and x minus 1. I set each of the factors equal to 0 to solve. So x minus 8, x minus 1. And if I set them both equal to 0, then I know that my solutions are +8 and +1. These are brackets.
Oh. It doesn't matter the order of the X.
No, typically the smaller numbers written first, but this is not an ordered pair. So if you like, the order doesn't matter. It's just most of the time I will make a effort to put the smaller number first. But it's not wrong if you write them in the other order because it's not an ordered pair. Now we're ready to learn the stuff for today. So that was all review. The stuff that we're doing today is like, we're gonna take factoring trinomials and we're gonna take factor by grouping and we're gonna make a baby with it. Put them together and make a baby with it. So we're gonna kind of do both skills to factor what we're doing today. Are we ready? You're scared to see the baby being made? So today we're going to factor trinomials when A is not equal to 1. So we will factor trinomials when A is not equal to 1. So when we look at these, that's like what we'd been doing was A was equal to 1. So you did 1 times 15 and then you found the factors. Well, today it's different because A is not equal to 1 in either case. So you have to factor a little differently. So we're going to do some of the same steps. We got to check for a GCF. Now we're still doing the same thing. We got to list factors of A times C, which now it's going to be different because A isn't 1. We're going to find a factor pair that can be put together to make B. That's still the same skill. But what's different is we're going to split the middle term. And so we split the middle term. So if we start with 3 terms, we're going to make 4 terms. And when we have 4 terms, we can factor by grouping. So let's all take a deep breath because we're going to do this problem, but we'll do it together. I got one. It's coming. It's coming. But let's do some examples, okay? Do you want to do a brain break where we stand up? Okay. Okay. It's not. I'm not ready for it yet. Okay, then I'll switch it up. I had something different planned, but I will switch it up. I got you. All right. So we got to all listen because you're not going to know what to do if you don't pay attention. So you got to stop what you're doing and you got to listen. And so it might be a good idea if you just watch me do the first one and I'll wait for you to write it down. So you don't got to stress about making sure to write it down. So maybe just watch me do the first one. I'll let you write it down and then we'll do the second one together. So GCF, as I look through there, 2, 16, 15, I don't have one. Okay. So now I will find factors, but I have to do 2 times 15. So 2 times 15, so I get 30. And I'm going to find factors of 30. So 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10, 5 and 6. Can y'all think of anything else?
Not really.
I'm gonna want to cry if I wrote this down wrong. Yeah, I'm leading with a B day because I wanted to get ahead with y'all. Yep. Well, I just usually you start with A day, but we're doing B day. I tried so hard and I double checked to try and make sure I wrote everything down correctly because I was like, Angel's gonna make fun of me and tell me that I need to go sit over there and think about my notes. I did. I wrote it down wrong. Thank you. Thank you for your grace. So this is supposed to be 11. So I'm still looking for the pair that can put together to give me the middle term, which isn't 16 because that wouldn't work. Oh, I always have to list factors of A times C, which is the same thing we did before, but when it was 1, like you didn't really think about it. You just found those factors. Yeah, so it's A times C, those two numbers. So could any of these pairs be put together to make 11? 5 and 6 could be put together to make 11. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 5 and 6. And do we agree that 5 and 6, let's see, 11 is positive. So does 5 and 6, can we make it equal 11? They would have to both be positive, right? Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to split this term. We're going to rewrite it because isn't 11 the same thing as 5 plus 6? Okay, so I'm going to rewrite it. So 2x squared plus 5x plus 6x plus 15. All I did was rewrite 11 as 5 plus 6. Yes. No, it would be if you were multiplying it. So now it's just factor by grouping. So we've been doing factor by grouping. So I've got my first group and I have my second group. So in my first group, my GCF looks like it's just an X. I pull it out in front. I'm left with 2x plus 5. So that's my goal, is to get another set of parentheses that's got 2x plus 5. What's my second GCF? 3, good job. And I'm dividing out a positive 3, so I got to make sure I put plus. So I'm left with 2x plus 5. So now I have a new GCF. I'm going to pull it out in front. And then write down what I have left, x plus 3. So when you have leading coefficient not equal to 1, you've got that one extra step to split the middle term.
And so that's just how it is for the.
It's just what you do when the leading coefficient isn't 1. Technically, you could do it when the leading coefficient is equal to 1. It just is an extra step that, like, you can do it easier and faster to fast factor. Are we ready for the next example? Let's do it. So we've got to do 3 times 2 and we get 6. So factors of 6. So which pair could we put together to make 7? So 6 and 1 and positive 1, positive 6, that could be put together to give me positive 7. So I'm going to split that middle term. And honestly, it doesn't matter if you write the 1x first or the 6x, you'll end up with the same answer. So if you're doing these problems and your friend does it, but they write their factors, if they switched it and did 6 times 1, it doesn't matter. You'll both end up with the same answer. So my first GCF is just x. My second GCF looks like a 2. And it's a positive 2. And my goal was to get 2 factors that are exactly the same because that's a GCF. I'm gonna go put it out in front. So far, so good. We got to do a couple more before we're good at it. So let's do some more. So this next one. Did somebody say whoa? Oh, yes. We got to multiply and we've got 4 times 3. We've got 12. So we're going to look for factors of 12. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So here's the thing, with these, you have to be a little bit more mindful about the signs. So when we multiplied it together, we had positive 4 and positive 3. So that made a positive 12, right? We have, when we multiplied and we got 12, it was positive 4 times positive 3. So it's positive 12 that we're finding factors of. So we want to find something that we can put together to make 7. It's negative 7. So 3 and 4 can work, but we're going to have to figure out, okay, we want it to equal negative 7. Negative 3 and negative 4. So you also have to make sure negative times a negative, it will give you a positive. So that has to work as well. So we're going to split it. I do. I feel like is there one right over here underneath this thing? Like underneath this tray? Yeah. And now we're ready to do factor by grouping. So my goal is to get a second factor that is x minus 3. I think it's going to happen. Oh. I noticed that my signs, if I just pull out a 1, I don't know. It's supposed to still be in here. So for my second GCF, I can't just pull out a 1. I have to pull out a negative 1. Talk to me.
Because then you have X always by itself.
Which one?
How is the greatest factor?
Because I can't, the 4, there's no number that can divide into 4 and 3 except for 1. They don't both have an X, so it would be 1.
What if I did X squared minus 4 minus 3 plus 3?
Oh, you put the 4 first?
Yeah.
Keep on keeping on. So ignore what we're doing. You're going to get the same answer. Keep doing you. So Myasia said that she put the negative 4 first and then the 3 second. That's totally okay. You're going to get the same answer. So don't think that you have to put them in the same order I do. The only thing that will happen, Myasia, is that your factors in the end, you'll have the x minus 1 written first.
Why did you use the negative instead of the positive?
Why did I use the negative instead of?
It's like 4x minus 13 and 4x plus 13.
Oh, I don't know. It was supposed to be, the second one's supposed to be negative. That's why, because I wrote it incorrectly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I would be confused too. Maisha, did you get the same thing?
Yeah, she quit and I did.
Why?
Maybe on the next.
You get the podcast? Yeah.
Or maybe not. Or maybe.
Are we ready? Okay, so the next one, we have to multiply A times C. So 2 times -1, we get -2. We got to find factors, 1 and 2. And we need to be able to make sure that they fit together and they can give us a -1. How are we going to get -1?
Negative 1 times. Wait. How are we gonna get -1? Negative 1. -2 minus 1. I mean -2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Okay.
So we are ready to split it. We look for our GCF. From my first group, it looks like it's just an X.
Oh, wait, but you can find it.
Okay.
What's my second GCF? Good job, friends. Look at y'all. Yes, I wasn't sure y'all would remember to do the negative. -1. So now we have a new GCF that we can factor out.
Wait. How'd you get 2x? Yeah, how do you get 2x? Because can't you divide that one by, oh.
Okay.
Oh, I flipped the sign.
Boys, y'all chatter the whole time and it's driving everybody nuts. Are y'all good? Do we write it down?
Wait, how did you get it? How did you get the 2x plus 1 if you're dividing it by? Oh, no.
So that becomes positive, that becomes positive.
I feel like one of the problems is like the negative one and positive. Like the sign, especially like working out the sign. Because I'm getting it, but I'm just making the small mistakes with like.
If that's the only thing, then like more practice is going to be good. Are we good?
Yeah. So what's OYO? On your own. Oh wow.
But first, you asked, I will deliver. So let's line up in birthday order. So at the door, we can have January 1st. And we can just move around the room. Let's get in order. Our birthdays.
I'm August. Who's August? We're August. I'm all the way in the back. Where are you from? I was just in July. I'm January. Who's December?
Hey, bitch, you over here, bro.
Anybody got December?
July.
Unless somebody December. There. She's April. Wait, no, wait. July. Oh yeah, you are behind us. May. You're like over here. Do we think we're in order now? Yeah, so let's just go ahead. So we're gonna go down the line. We're gonna say our birthdays. January 27th. Yeah, I know. April 7th. Bro, shut up. It's okay. July 9th. July 15th. Where's August? Where's August? Here. July.
Hey, where's May? Cause he's a little confused.
May's over here. You know, it's right here by McKenna with the hat. With the hat. So we're at Angel. Say your birthday.
She was in front of me.
I already said my
Oh,
birthday.
well, we're both 21st.
Just say it. Yeah.
21st, hobo?
Of what?
What year?
July.
July.
August 3rd.
August 19th.
August 21st. August 31st.
July.
Oh my
God.
Because you were talking. When's your birthday? July what? This is August.
When's your birthday?
July 29th.
Alright, let's start off with what?
So.
December 23rd.
I'm December 12th.
Okay, so I can switch, but.
Hey, we did it. We did it. We had a little bumps in the road.
Okay, now let's do the other brain break too. Sit down. Yeah, that was right. Right. It's too much going on.
Okay, we've got 3 problems. Let's do them on your own. Try and do them on your own. How about if I do them on the board and you do them on your paper? Did somebody say no because I will cheat? Okay. I'm going to put it up on the board, but I won't advance the slide until y'all are ready. All right, you guys should be doing these. So yeah, if there's no common factor, it's just divide by 1 and you only do a negative. Like when I look at these, there's not going to be any negatives involved because there's no negative in the problem. Same thing with this one. This one, maybe. So you could also be mindful when you put together the group here, because if you, when you split the factor and you have a choice, you can put one or the other, like they could be in either order when you split it. You might just be mindful. And if you have the opportunity to put it into where it's like plus, minus, then you don't have to divide by a negative.
I don't know. Like I cooked them, I did the 10. Let me see.
Wait, could you do 6x plus 5 first?
I don't know which problem you're working on.
Nine.
Question 9, you have to do 2 times 5, so you're finding factors of 10.
Oh, that's right.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
8, 16.
I need a calculator.
I said y'all could get one.
24.
I definitely said y'all could get a calculator.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. Wait, Summer, let me see. Come here, Summer. Wait, what did she divide by? What? I know, but for the one, two.
Yeah.
What did she divide these two by? Well, that's what I did.
All right, I hear the same people talking that tend to fail their quizzes. So I don't have a lot of sympathy for y'all when you aren't practicing and doing the things during our class time.
Okay, Maisha. Good job, Maisha. Yeah. Wait, let me see really what. Wait, you took my pencil. You're fine. I'm your
Yeah, I said you guys could use a calculator.
What Leo growth can tell?
I'm a Leo. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Leo. I'm a Pisces. I'm a Cancer. Ew. What? What?
I'm a Cancer.
That's why. That makes sense. That's what I'm saying. That's how Leo grows. Wait, how are Leo grow? No, things are, everything's about you.
21 times.
Oh, of course.
It- mhm.
Oh, right. I don't know.
But that's too low.
So did you get 84 for the? Okay. Yes, I did. 84. 84 divided by 19. Tell me when you start counting. No, I do need a graphic calculator. I could not see those types on this little. It's too small.
At what?
Which one? Next. Oh, Can I do this right?
You got to talk to your people.
Four times 21. It's 84. Yeah. 21
It's too low. It's too low.
Wait, did y'all get three? What was three?
I don't do a lot.
Wait. You get for three. Three and one. Wait, hold on.
Oh, it's 6 and 4. Wait, no.
What's four?
So 3 and 20.
What do you mean?
Yep.
I count the 3. 12 and 7?
Oh, we get 7 and 12.
Oh, you're a genius. What did you say? Okay. Yeah. This calculator got my brain. They're both positive, right?
Yes.
Did you get? Did you get this?
This is the one that's blue.
No,
Wait,
what do we take? We just take an X, right? Yeah. Just the X? Oh, I
Bro, let's go.
Wait, shut up. Wait.
Wait, guys, you got
Here,
No, this is I serve expert. This is the hard time. Oh, yes, sir. Y'all know how to do the negative one?
The which one?
The negative.
Yeah, we're she wanna holler break break.
The whole class will be great grades.
Wait, let me see what you. Wait, where's she going? What? No. Oh my god.
I know, Katie.
I'm rubbing the day. Is it 15? 15 touch like 15 touch like. Oh my god. 75. I think 75. You're gonna try to catch for real.
Silver, the way you are typing on this calculator is
It's so hard. Like I didn't feel like so I like this.
Said what she said.
Wait, oh my god.
It's 3.
Wait, what?
It's 3.
What?
What?
For the second one,
Okay, yeah. Oh.
because it's 25 times 3.
And then 25 minus 3.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wait, what is it? What is that? Wait, what? Wait, so how many?
Zero.
75. So we have to do
It's negative 3 times, it's 3 times 25. But you have to get a negative 22, right?
Oh,
it's negative.
So 3 times.
Yes.
Minus 25.
Oh my god.
Negative 4, no, negative 5.
Bye.
Negative 25 plus 3.
I'm not tripping, right? That's right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
Okay, I don't like my rice.
Positive 3 minus 25.
Ahora tenemos que dividir.
So we're doing plus 3?
Minus.
Okay,
Yeah.
plus 3 minus 25?
Yes.
1051.
Look at you guys go.
Wait, we're not done yet.
I know.
Girl, move your hand.
Bro, wait, how do I put my board? I don't understand. I would buy it.
Wait, I read the 25. I read
Okay,
plus
now.
6.
If I would have never told y'all that.
Okay,
Don't
look.
even- She just said it was a competition.
No, why should I not?
I said, if it was a.
What y'all divide by? No, you can do that 1 5. You do 5? You can do 5. So 5
Well, on the
is.
other side, I'm talking about the first side.
Oh, for the first side, I'm gonna do 3. I mean, 3.
Wouldn't it be a negative? She did this to you.
Wait, wouldn't it be?
Would you get a negative? You need better.
I'm so confused.
I did.
I'm confused.
Wait, did you? Yeah.
Hold on, I'll show you.
I didn't negative.
What's negative 25?
I think I did it. I think I did it. I'm coming to check.
No, don't come up to check. I'll put all the answers on the board.
Yes, hold on.
Wait, minus 26?
I got it.
Negative
5. Why did you take myself? Wait, so did this? You should. Well, I did 25. I did negative 25 first.
Yeah.
And then you
Wait, I forgot about that. But I'm confused. Negative.
Are you guys finished?
Like, I'm confused.
So you do this one, you 5.
That's positive 5x. And then
These
that's.
are so low, like, unless it's one of those.
These can be different.
I'm not doing negative 5 right here.
Yep. Very little. Are we done yet?
Almost.
Wait, are they supposed to be on the same
Wait, sound clear.
Are we finished yet?
I did 5x. Wait, you do only 5 first, and then the plus thing?
Yes.
Okay, you just divide it by negative 5?
Yes.
No.
Wait.
Okay, so how do you get negative 3?
She put negative 5. You
As far as I know. Are you guys finished? All right, I'm gonna show you guys the solutions.
No, it's supposed to be negative 1.
No, that's what we do.
I just be going there on. I just want
Please check your answers because I have to move on. We're almost out of time.
Guys, we got this wrong. Miss, if we do negative 25 and then we get positive 3, would it be the exact same?
It should be negative 25.
I'm gonna go to my next class.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. That makes me so good.
Yes, we're gonna turn it in, but I have one more thing I want to show you. All right, I made this chart to kind of help you as you're going through and doing your homework, and you've got mixed practice, and so that you can figure out like what type of factoring am I doing. So when you have two terms, and the top one, that's just a GCF. It's the same thing for all of these. GCF, GCF, GCF. This one's a difference of squares. The next one's difference of cubes. We've got just when A is equal to 1, when A is not equal to 1. This is grouping. This one's grouping.